Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by the Detroit Lions of the Prowl and Belly Up Sports Network. Today, we're going to talk about no tags for the Detroit Lions, and we'll discuss what that means for the team and what we're going to do going forward. But first, let me bring in the man of steel himself, Curt Steele.
What up, though? Welcome to the show, people. You know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl. You're home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. And you know what we got today. We got the main course. We got the Wall of Fame. We got news and rumors. We got your comment cards. But first, let me kick it to our third man on the team, my man, Mike Jones.
Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones. What's going on, people?
Hey, let's get this thing started.
Right now.
Let's go.
You heard him.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going right into the main course of the show. The reason you clicked on the thumbnail. Here we go. Curt, what do you got for us?
So, Detroit Lions did not use the franchise tag, which is normal business. But if you look at the situations, I think it was the best for the team. If you look at Kenny Golladay, we'll take him first, right? So, Kenny Golladay would have been tagged for about around 16 million, between 16 to 18 millions. And that's really the high threshold of what he supposedly, denied under the Bob Quinn regime. And it's the best thing for him and the best thing for the team. Why do you say that, Curt? Curt says that for a couple of reasons. One, the Lions are still in a kind of rebuild mode, and I don't think the tools that Kenny Golladay possess are really good for Jared Goff. He needs receivers that get separation, and Kenny Golladay isn't one of those players. Second, it makes Kenny Golladay the top receiver on the free agent market. He was behind two players. He was behind Chris Godwin, and he was behind Allen Robinson. Both of those guys got franchise tag. So that's going to help his pockets. He's going to have short arms and deep pockets because he's the top-rated free agent wide receiver coming out this year. Now, one thing that Dave Burkett of the Detroit Free Press said, he says, everyone was talking about the sign and trade, the tag and trade deal, right? So, but here's the deal. A tag player cannot be traded until he signs the franchise tag tender. So if you wanted to make the Lions wait, he could have just sat. Or he could have pulled a Le'Veon Bell and could have just sat out. I don't think that was what he would have done, but the Lions would have had to work with Kenny Golladay to find a trade partner who was willing to do that anyway. So it may not have been a situation where the Lions could have done that. So Kenny Golladay, best thing for him, not tagging Kenny Golladay. Romeo Okwara. Now, this one's easy. His contract numbers are right around what they're projecting, around $11 million, right? That's what he's worth, his value for a franchise. Franchise tags for a premier defensive end, which is what he would have got paid, is $17 million. That's
a good point.
That just makes it easy. Okay, we don't need to tag him. We can just, hit free agency, and we can still bring this. Just because we didn't tag him doesn't mean we can't bring him back. That I don't think the Romeo Okwara chapter is closed in Detroit for right now. But those are my thoughts on the Lions not using the tag on those two gentlemen. What you got, Mike?
Okay. First off, them not being tagged is not really. It didn't really shock me. But it was the words that were used before. And it's like, this is the only quarrel I have so far with this regime, okay? Is Bob Quinn said 9-7 wasn't good enough, okay? So that was saying we're going to take this team to the next level, okay? Okay. Right.
Next level. The level you was expecting.
Right, next level of trash. Okay. Now, Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell come in and say, this is not a rebuild, it's a retool. Okay. Well, when you get rid of your signal caller You let your best receiver walk. You let your best pass rusher walk. You let your second receiver, best receiver walk more than likely. That is a rebuild, okay? So that's the only problem I have is just the wording, because we as Lion fans hang on every word. We don't have nothing else, okay? We don't have nothing else. So we're hanging on every word. And when you say that, it makes me want to, Campbell, me and you almost kind of box, and me and Brad Holmes, I almost want to get in the ring with you, but I gotta
pull it back, Big Mike. Pull it back.
Yeah. But that's the only thing I have. That's the only problem I have with the franchise, just the wording. That's all.
Here's my take. When I say something, I'm going to let you know. I told you so. Right here is the guy who said after the press conference, I think they tipped their hand. And when he said, well, I'm going to do what's best for the team and I'm going to do what's best for Kenny, I knew he was gone. That second, I thought they could have maybe franchise tagged him, traded him or something. But the report from Dave Burkett also said that they thought that Golladay was going to sit, that he would have rather sit than play. He wanted out of Detroit no matter what he said. The background people that I've talked to said that he wanted to go. He wanted to leave. He didn't want to stay here. That's why he turned down the big deal and he was gone. But what does this mean for the team? Now, Big Mike, bear with me just for a minute, because you know what? We don't know what this team is yet. Yes, we got rid of a really good receiver. Yes, we got rid of a number 9, which you wanted to get rid of number 9. So we want to argue about that. So now we got Jared Goff. Now we don't have a number 1 receiver at the moment. But I think, like I said before, free agents is going to be chock full of wide receivers that I really, really like. So I think we're going to be okay there. We haven't even made a free agent move outside of one player, really. So what we need to do is just chillax a minute, man. It's not all that critical. We got to wait, man. We got to wait and see what's going on with the draft. We got to wait and see what's going on free agency. We get these players at 1-2 year deals. You could turn that wide receiver room around in a minute with the people that are out there right now, and the receivers that could be there at number 7.
Yeah.
So we could get a number 1 right there or a number 2. You get Curtis Samuel, some of them worries are solved too. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people out there. We don't know what this regime has done, and they're saying it's a retool. Let's let him retool and then see what we think after he's done.
But let me caveat on what you said, Jim. And if you really look at the wide receiver core out in LA, they had a whole bunch of number 2s. They didn't have a whole bunch. They didn't have number 1s.
They did.
They had a whole bunch of number 2s that was getting
Cooper
it done.
Kupp
that can get it open. That can get open in the field. Because on most teams, Cooper Kupp wouldn't be a number 1.
Man,
Brandon Cooks really would be a number 1. Robert Woods wouldn't be a number 1. Reynolds wouldn't be a number 1.
But they made it work.
So I can see where you can flip it, get a whole bunch of number 2s and spread it out and toss that rock around. So
depends on what type of number 2s you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, in Detroit, we used to the other number 2s, but we're talking about number 2 receivers right now.
All right. No, I feel that.
But I can see where Brad Holmes is like, let's flip the wide receiver room. And now a lot of mock drafts have us taking
Jamar Chase.
What's his name? Jamar Chase out of LSU or Waddle out of Alabama. So
I've heard Pitts lately.
Pitts as well. But I think with that, I think the Lions may have tipped their hand about the quarterback position as well.
I don't think so in a way because I think he's opening it up like Bob Quinn didn't open it up. He said, man, I'm ready to take a QB. QB's all right, man. I'll still go with the QB. Yep.
But you know what, though? And here's my deal with Kenny Golladay. And I wish him all the well. I won't even give him my famous tip your server on the way out. Hey, Kenny Golladay, job well done, my man.
Yeah,
good luck in your future in your future endeavors.
The WWE firing. Good luck in your future endeavors. But no, there's one other thing I want to bring up about this is we let go of a high-priced wide receiver. We let go of a high-priced. It would have cost us a lot more than Romeo Okwara is worth. I like Romeo Okwara. Don't get me wrong. I think he's a great player. I also think Kenny Golladay is a great player. but you can't build on one position like that. And especially in the skill player position, we had Calvin Johnson and we didn't win a Super Bowl. We had Barry Sanders and we didn't win a Super Bowl. We had Matthew Stafford and Calvin Johnson didn't win a Super Bowl. We need to build a team. And that's what we're trying to do here. And that's why I'm applauding these moves.
Right.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Yeah. I understand it. Believe me, I totally understand. Like I said, I'm not as upset about both of them leaving as I am the wording. In Detroit, all we have
might
is
still
word.
be a retool. You don't
It still
know
might
yet.
be a
We haven't
retool.
made
Right. I agree.
Yet.
Yeah, true.
Haven't had a draft yet.
True, but you know, if we cut a few more people that I think we're gonna cut, like Coleman, maybe Shelton or Williams, and then now you're starting to hover over that rebuild type of thing. You know, when you lose your quarterback, your top two receivers, your leading pass rusher, your starting tackle, defensive tackle.
Yeah,
I mean, you're starting to.
Well, the only thing I would say about that, I don't think, like I said when I was giving my synopsis, I don't think the Romeo Okwara chapter is quite close. I just think it's maybe just where it's okay. We give him some negotiation, maybe let him test the free market, to see what he might get, and then come back to Detroit. I still think that Julian is going to play a part of what he actually does in the end.
It's possible
because it's going to be a lot of 1 year prove it deals. Yep. There's going to be more higher price, bigger name defensive ends on the market that's going to draw more attention than Romeo Okwara.
And they're also going to be cheaper.
Yep.
Teams just can't afford people right now. You look at New Orleans, $100 million over the cap.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to have massive cuts coming up soon.
That free agent frenzy this year is going to be a different type of animal.
It's a buyer's market this year. There's more players than there is spots. And I really believe that there's more players than there is money. So you're going to have to have players take a year deal, a 2-year deal, so they can get to after this COVID thing and all of the, revenue that's not there. And when that revenue goes back up, they don't want a long-term deal now. You're not going to see the 5-year deals and 4-year deals. I don't think you're going to see that. I think you're going to see a 1 year, 2 years,
2-year deal.
So that once all this goes back to normal, these guys can get paid again.
Yeah. I don't think you're going to see another like a Patrick Mahomes where it's like a 10-year deal, which is really like a 4-year deal where they can void almost everything after that. But it's just the fact that there's just the way the market is right now. And until we can get full stadiums again and get the salary cap back up and get it booming where they're making more money than they are currently, it's going to be a buyer's market. And those top free agents, they're going to have to suck a little pride down and take a little less money.
Yeah. So think about this. We're getting rid of and we're cutting high-priced players that probably don't live up to their contract. Jesse James, I hate to say this, but Kenny Golladay, does he live up to that high $16.47 million?
When he's healthy, he does.
3 receivers for that amount of money.
Right.
When he's healthy.
Right.
But we could be trading now a lot of people that we signed to big deals because this was the pre-COVID environment. And now we could be signing better players to cheaper deals. So we might end up a lot better than we are right now. We just don't know how that's all going to work out yet.
Yeah. You know what? I think this is Roger Goodell's way of making this sort of like the NBA. Everything just flipped from the Western Conference to now the Eastern Conference is balling. And I think without all the guaranteed money that the NBA players get, I think this is the only way to make it competitive is to have these guys switch teams so frequently. It keeps the NFL exciting. It keeps the fans on tilt. And even though us diehard fans are like, no, we don't want to see that guy go, as an overall collective, I think it actually helps the NFL because any team can go from bust to boom in like a matter of a year or two. So
absolutely can. We're gonna go to the Wall of Fame right
Where's
now.
Our boom? We want our boom.
What? Okay, we're gonna go to the Wall of Fame real quick. Who do we got on the Wall of Fame today? We have Dr. Detroit as a gold member, the Gridiron Blitz as a gold member, Randy Prince, gold member, Nomis J, silver member. Midwest Lion is our bronze member. Detroit Drew, Bubba Bo, Art Allen, all bronze members. Thank you very much for being there. Click the join now button if you haven't already. Thursday, 1 p.m., we are having our question and answer session for just the gold members. So if you're not a gold member, want to upgrade, go ahead and do that to be a part of that. Or if you have not already, click the join now button and go for the gold membership, and then you can be a part of that as well. Where are we going to next? What do you think? Detroit Lions news and rumors, and what I got first. Lions GM Brad Holmes says quarterback is absolutely not off the table with the number 7 pick. He said, oh no, absolutely not. I don't think when you're picking that high, you could be out of any position, but obviously quarterback is such an important position. I think it's just good drafting business always to be very, very thorough at the quarterback class, regardless of what your situation is. When I was with the Rams, we always said that regardless of what you had at quarterback, even especially now, it's the same approach. I look at that and he says, even especially now. For me, does that show confidence in Jared Goff? I mean, I don't know. Are we just doing our due diligence? But he says he's really open to that. I like this whole line of thinking because it opens up that trade possibility, trading back. What do you think, Curt?
Yeah, I think it gives the Lions the opportunity to shake it up a little bit and get some teams ringing the phone saying, hey, you know, what you going to do with that number 7 pick? Are you really serious about giving up that number 7 pick or taking the quarterback? We want a guy at that position. So I like Brad Holmes playing coy with the number 7 pick.
I do too. What do you got, Big Mike? On that question, what do you think about that number 7? Okay, let's move on. Curt, go to the next one.
All right. Next up, we have the NFL franchise tag for 2021. Here's a full list of players. Broncos have tagged safety Justin Simmons. The Jets have tagged safety Marcus May. The Washington football team did tag Brandon Scherf, the offensive guard. By the way. Yeah, me too. All right, the wide receivers, here goes. Chris Godwin got tagged, like we talked about during the Kenny Golladay segment. Yep. Jags tagged offensive tackle Cam Robinson.
That was surprising to me.
Yeah. Just because of their cap situation. The Giants, they have a pretty good cap situation, but I don't know if he fits the bill. I know he wanted to leave. The Giants tagged defensive lineman Leonard Williams. That was a surprise for me, but he is a beast. He can play inside. He can play outside. The Bears tagging Allen Robinson, keeping some weapons in the fold.
Bad situation over there, don't you?
I don't think without that tag he wanted to stay. The Panthers tag, that's right here in my backyard. Offensive tackle Taylor Moton.
That's another surprise for me because I thought they were going to go wide receiver there.
Yeah. And here's the biggest surprise for me. The Saints actually used their tag with their cap situation. Crazy. Marcus Williams, the safety, and I think he would have been a potential walk because of the fact that he may have wanted to come to Detroit to play for one Aaron Glenn. But the one guy who did not get tagged is the guy out in L.A. Johnson did not get tagged.
So
we can see if he I like that. If he can get him on the roster and play for RB Pleasant again and, reunite with Brad Holmes, that's the one guy that I was looking to see if he got tagged, and he did not. And I was like, oh, yes.
Yes, please.
Right.
Hey, Mike, what do you got next?
All right. So I got LSU. Jamar Chase will be a home run pick to fill Kenny Galladay's board. The Lions' number 1 receiver. Chase, Devontae Smith, or Jalen Waddle emerged as the top 3 wide receivers in the draft. Then Jeremiah believes Chase is the number 2 rated prospect in the whole draft. Man, and you know what? I understand why Jamar Chase is the overall, why they think he's the best receiver. My only concern is when you take a whole year out of football, that really, man, that kind of makes you take a step back, because Le'Veon Bell was at the top. He was at the peak of his game. Okay, he took a year off, and and he hasn't been the same. So I'm just not for that. I just don't like it. I wouldn't take a guy first. After taking the year off, I would take Devontae Smith over Jamar Chase just because of that fact. But I don't know. What do you guys think about that, man? Am I wrong? Let me know.
No, I think I like Devonta Smith over both of them, to be honest, over Waddle and Chase.
Okay.
I've watched all three on film now, and I think Devonta Smith has some speed, but he also has kick return ability. He has separating speed. I don't know. I like him. So, I mean, he's light. I know that. He is light, but I think he gets in the weight room in an NFL program, and I think he gains some weight and doesn't cut down the speed too much because of it.
Okay.
What do you think, Curt?
All right. I'll take Chase over both of them.
Why?
Waddle had with the major injury for Jalen Waddle, and I don't think that Devontae Smith would have had the year that he had if Waddle would have been in the lineup.
I don't know about that. I thought he was.
If you look at Waddle was the better player at Alabama before he got hurt. He was the number one receiver in Alabama before he got hurt. Waddle was with Chase. 2019, if you look at the LSU national championship team, Chase was the number one receiver.
Yeah, and Barry Sanders backed up Thurman Thomas, so who cares?
Yeah, that is, I understand that, but he was the number one receiver on a national championship team. He outplayed Justin Jefferson. He outplayed Randy Mossson. He was the top receiver on that team. That's why I pick him. That's why I pick him a little bit ahead.
He's better at that point because
at that point in their careers, he was better than both of those guys.
You have to translate.
He was the best wide receiver. And Jamar Chase, if he would have came out last year, he would have been the top wide receiver in the draft.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
That's the thing. This year, there's other wide receivers this year.
I mean, I understand what you guys are saying. I get what you guys are saying. You're going off what the current. What have you done for me lately? Type of thing where
I watched all three. That's what I'm saying.
So
and I just I don't know. I like Waddle's speed, but that injury really concerns me.
Yes.
I like Chase too, and he's really good at contested catches. He does get some separation.
Yeah.
But Devonta Smith gets a lot more separation for me.
I would agree with you wholeheartedly on the separation deal.
Yeah. And I think Goff needs that.
And I agree with you guys on the light. I agree with you on how he's kind of light in the frame, but he can put on weight like Calvin really did down in Atlanta, where he put some weight in his frame. He's still young, and his body hasn't matured yet, but I get what you're saying. But I like Chase. That's just me. I feel like this. If he got
one A and B and C, I don't think we got to clear 1, 2, 3 there. Right. It's just what I see for the Lions and what I see fits with the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
I like Devonta Smith. If we're going to go wide receiver, I don't want to go wide receiver. Yeah. I'm with you on Slater at 7, but
man,
that's my pick.
Before we get to the did you guys see Slater's workout? Oh my God.
I did.
Yeah, he was bad. Oh, man, he was a bad man.
That guy did 33 reps on the bench.
Yep.
33. Wow.
That's Dominican Sue.
That dude, I mean, squatting, running.
Tackle.
I mean, under a 5, was that 4.8, 40?
Yeah, that's crazy for
wow.
I mean,
that's flying for him.
I'll take him. But
yeah,
I'm just in love with Devontae Smith's playmaking ability, man. When you because now we have Terrell Williams. Okay. We still need a playmaker, a guy who can do what Golden Tate did, guy who can catch behind the line of scrimmage and then take it to the house.
Yep. And
we need that guy who can create when there's nothing there. You know what I'm saying?
I think he's got more elusiveness.
That aspect just,
He has.
I'm just in love with that, man.
Yeah, I have to agree with you guys. He has the most elusiveness in the draft as far as a wide receiver. Yeah.
But it's like, so he's not just a deep
Yeah.
threat.
He has
he can be in it like a wide receiver screen or something like that, and bust it that way. I mean, he has a lot of potential that way.
If he gains some weight, he will remind me of one of my favorite receivers in college that came out last year, and that was CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb has all those skill sets.
He does. But I think if he, like I said, it's just that he's light, and that's really all his knock is. Everything else seems to be pretty good. But, I don't build through the skill players. I just don't. And I'm taking that right tackle.
Man, that if I had to pick any of these guys, I would pick Slater just based off his workout.
Me too.
We
both wanted him before.
Yeah, we did.
Build the trenches.
I have a question. So do you guys just pass on Trey Lance if he's there? That's why this staying at number 7 is so tough, because the quarterback is right there. So you could you could draft Trey Lance.
But if I had a choice, you could let him sit. If somebody wanted to come up and get him, and I could still get Slater, I would take the picks in Slater rather than having the quarterback.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's like because if you had Trey Lance, now you can sit him. Right, you can let him get up to speed. Let him sit in now Goff next year or maybe the year after becomes really expendable, and who knows, he might have leveled off and his trade value didn't dip far. Maybe they're like, wow, we can win a championship with Goff. Here, we'll give you a second round pick for Jared Goff. We'll give you know what I'm saying? Like something. I mean,
you might be right, but I'm just looking at it like if we do need to run the ball, and that's what they say with Jared Goff, he really excels when you have a run game and the play action. If you get Slater, now you have Slater, Big V, Ragnow, Jonah Jackson, and the left tackle that I can never remember his name. But anyway,
Taylor Decker.
You got me convinced, Jim. When you say it like that from right to left, you got me convinced.
Yep. That is a big and a big fee fails. Logan Stenberg still on the team, guys.
Oh yeah, big nasty.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
We can get him up to speed this year. That'd be great.
Right, so we'll see how that goes. Let's go to comment cards now. I got Paul. He says, replace cut players with draft picks and undrafted free agents with speed and youth. And I know my man Curt loves the speed. That's for sure. But I am in agreement on a lot of this. I want to get some speed on the team. I don't want to have a lot of high-priced players, and I want to build from the trenches out. That's the way I feel.
We need some speed. Like I said a few weeks ago or last week, we need speed at on the field. We need speed in the beer concession stand. We need water speed at the hot dog place. Speed all around. Security, people handing out tickets at the parking thing, all around speed. Next up, we have Turner Burley. Says, I think it's a good move to let him test the market so he can see his worth, which isn't $19 million. I don't know about that.
We'll see.
Some team may play him because he's the top wide receiver free agent. Then the Lions can match a decent offer. I think his time in Detroit is done. I don't think he comes back.
I think his time in Detroit is over.
It's
not see Kenny Golladay back here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What you got, Mike?
Definitely. Yeah. So Thomas Donner, fellas, do you watch Lions games? Oh man,
really?
The refs suck for everyone. They need to be permanent employees. Off season makes them take classes and concentrate only on the NFL.
What a great point.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
That would help. That would help because I think if the refs watch, I think the refs should watch game tape of only their calls after plays and the fans' reactions to it. I think they should sit in a room and they should each watch themselves on tape and the fans' reactions. They should go immediately to the fans' reactions. They should see how that affects a stadium because we want to put our hands on refs. Especially in Detroit. The point,
though. I mean, if you don't feel like you're a full-time employee and you're watching a bunch of millionaires cry to you, you start not caring. And I think you can be bought. I hate to say it, and I love the integrity of the game and all, But when you don't pay the referees enough to do their job and they have to find work in the off season, I think it's travesty. I really do. And I think it sets up stuff that could go south, if you want to say that, because you're not paying the refs enough. And they're seeing all these people getting paid. You're seeing coaches yelling at them, getting paid 10 times what they're getting paid. You need to pay the referees what they're worth according to an NFL scale. You guys are making billions of dollars. You need to start investing in your referees because they're really hurting the game right now.
Yeah, I would agree with that. You you make them full-time employees, not seasonal. Because they're working more than, than what we really see. Because if you look at it, doing all the training camps and stuff and things of that nature, those refs are there.
Yes, they are.
OTAs and all that stuff when they're working, because they have to work out themselves to make sure that they're getting the, looking at calls and as far as in the off season. So they are working during the off season as well. So you have to pay, I would say, pay them a yearly salary and not just a seasonal salary. Stephen
Miller says, hey, the refs bought a bunch of those Ford Explorers with the Firestone tires and all had rollover accidents. I don't know about that. Hey, could we change Jesse James into a wide receiver?
Hell no.
Unless you have magical powers or something, and you could turn like a rabbit into a tomato or something. No, I don't think so. And he'd be the highest priced wide receiver we have on the roster, I think.
Jesse James to what? What? Okay.
That is no, Jesse James is a tight end for a reason. And no, he couldn't.
Boy, that dude too slow to be a wide receiver.
Yeah, I agree with that. So no, we don't think that. We don't.
Steven, I don't know, Kurt. I don't know.
Steven, nah, man. Nah, bruh. All right.
Nah,
it's okay, Steve.
Midwest Lions says, I do not expect Kenny Golladay. I do not expect the Kenny Golladay no tag. I thought for sure it would be a tag and trade. Next to be cut will be Justin Coleman, Danny Shelton, Nick Williams, restructure Jared Goff's contract, and talk to Trey Flowers about a restructure. Trade Chase Daniel to the Chargers. Wow,
they're dumb enough. I mean,
yeah. Midwest. Hey, Midwest Lions put some fire into this one. We'll see how much of this stuff happens.
Restructure Big V too.
Yeah.
Don't leave him out.
I don't know.
That don't sound like no retool to me, fellas.
No, it does to me though. Because Justin Coleman is the highest played slot corner in the entire league.
Yep.
We don't think we could get a serviceable replacement for about half that price.
Yeah, I think we just signed
better than him.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I'm saying.
Not Danny Shelton and Nick Williams.
Why not? We got Penasini. There's other defensive tackles out there that are probably much better that could be cheaper this year. That's what people just don't understand. They fall in love with our guys too much.
Sometimes it's best to move on. I like Shelton myself. I would want to get rid of Danny Shelton just because of the fact that how much space he eats up, and he's the road grader. And
he's a big dude.
He can collapse that pocket as well, and let the linebackers eat. So I like him for that reason. But Nick Williams, you can go. So
you got one more.
It's not bad either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mike, what you got left?
All right, I'll do that one. James Rebido says tag Romeo Okwara, and we did not do that. So that ends that talk. You're not going to pay him $17 million. That ain't going to happen. Sorry, guys. Not going to happen.
No.
All right. No. So we come to the question of the day. What do you think about the non-tagging of both of our guys? What do you think about it? Kenny Golladay, Romeo Okwara. What do you think happens now? Do you think that was best for the team? Because, personally, I do. But there we go. And now we come to my favorite part of the show, the dessert with my man, Curt.
All right. It is time for the dessert with Curt. And today I have to mention that the fact that me and my man, Shawnee J, are still we rolling. We out there with the Die Hard Den podcast. And so what I want to do is I want to plug two shows today. I want to plug the Die Hard Den podcast, and I want to plug OMG, it's Lions Talk, hosted by the guy at the bottom of the screen, Mike Jones. So go and check us out. We do have great content over there. Mike does a great job on OMG, it's Lions Talk. And check me and my man, Shawnee J, out over there at the Die Hard Den podcast. We see you out there, Die Hard Den followers. Our numbers are doing well. So we see you, and we really appreciate you checking us out. So big plug from my man, Mike Jones, down there at the bottom of the screen for OMG.
And you haven't subscribed to
Lions
OMG,
Talk.
It's Lions Talk yet, you need to do that, because my man, Big Mike, really lays it down, and he has a different opinion than us, man. That's why we brought him to the show, because I know Big Mike thinks a lot differently than we do. Right, Mike?
Well, you got to say it like that.
No, you do, though. I mean, it's a good thing, not a bad thing.
But I do. No. I just have a different take sometimes on stuff, and it's different spinning, but it's all for the best, man. I just sometimes have a little different way of thinking the Lions could go about things, So.
Yeah, no, and it's good though, because we need different points of view. We can't agree all the time,
Right.
And that's how it is. Yeah. Thanks everybody for rocking with us today. It's been an amazing show. What do you think about the show today, Big Mike?
I think it was a good show, man. There's especially when you come from the no tag, man, and it's a lot to digest. But overall, I think the Lions will be okay. It was a great show today. We got to fully talk about things, and hey, the best is yet to come.
Yeah, I agree with that. We got some major stuff coming up in the next week. What is it going to be like? Was it 8 days, 7 days, Kurt? What you know?
7 days to 7 days to the league, started the league year.
Ooh, next Wednesday. We're going to be all over that. That league year. Thanks everybody for rocking with us today. We really appreciate each and every one of you for showing up at the premieres, for conversing with us in the premieres. We really like that. Premieres are at 11:30 now Eastern Standard Time. Just to let you know, moved it back a half hour. We're having a lot of difficulties with the technical side of things and getting the video out on time. So we wanted to make sure that every day it was there for you at the same time. So to be out at 11:30. Appreciate each and every one of you. Now I'm going to throw it to my man, Kurt. We're going to close this thing out. There you go.
Hey, you know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl. You're home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. It's 1 week away, 1 week from the start of the league year. Hey, you know where we're at. We're over on bellyupsports.com. Yes. You go over there, check us out. Click the link and listen to the audio version of this show on what? Skull Candy headphones. Hey, you can buy some Skull Candies. The link is in the description. Some good deals, and a portion of the sales from that link go to help us grow this channel. Hey, it is Wednesday, hump day.
Yes.
Take some time out, relax, and get after it after you do that. So, whatever you do in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my man Jim and Mike, this is Kurt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon.